Welcome to WagerTalk TV. I am Kelly Stewart at Kelly in Vegas on Twitter, joined by Teddy Covers at Teddy_Covers. This is our NFL Week 1 picks and predictions. We're going to do kind of a quick hit here, Teddy. I'm going to go through exactly as it is on my phone. We're going to start with Packers at the Bears. Bears 3.5-point favorites. This is just such a weird concept for me. I like the Packers plus 3.5 early on. Probably so does everybody else.
Total?
The total is 45.5.
So where do you think this total is going to go? You know, Trubisky throwing the ball around, Rodgers, even though Green Bay in theory is supposed to be a more run-oriented, defensive-oriented team this year, I wouldn't be surprised this total goes up. The public's going to bet this total over.
Okay.
If you like the over, I wouldn't hesitate.
All right, next up, Falcons at the Vikings. Vikings -4, total 47.5. I love Coach Zimmer. He has made me a ton of money.
Sure.
Last year, not so much.
Honestly, bet on team versus bet on team. I don't think the wise guys like Atlanta very much. And there might be some value with the Falcons coming out of the gate.
Okay. All right, Redskins at the Eagles. Eagles, big-time favorite Week 1, -9, total 46.5.
So Ralph Michaels' trends show that the big division dogs are worth looking at Week 1. You know where the public's going to be on this
All
team.
over the Eagles.
Yeah. And Philly looks pretty good on paper, though. But, big difference if the Redskins start the veteran versus the rookie at QB. So be aware of that if you're making a bet
Very true.
now.
All right, Jets 3.5-point home favorites versus the Bills, total 38.5.
I was doing some Bills work this morning, actually. Buffalo might be sneaky okay.
Okay.
Then again, the Jets, they got a lot of hype, and I like Darnold. But I'm not going to lay 3.5 for the Jets. No way. Not Week 1.
No. All right, Ravens at Dolphins. Dolphins 4.5-point home dogs, total 37.
Yeah, exactly. Do I give it? Yeah, okay. Baltimore, for as bad as Miami is on paper, Baltimore is absolutely bet against out of the gate.
Yeah, you're going to lay 4.5 with that team out of the gate?
Against Baltimore from the beginning. Although Harbaugh gets them ready.
Oh, this one's interesting. Bucks 1-point home favorite versus the 49ers, total 49. I feel like it's going to get a lot of Jimmy Garoppolo money right there.
Sure. San Fran, we talked about Cleveland as being a hype team, and we'll talk about them in a minute as being a hype team. San Fran might be second on that list. There's going to be a lot of love, but on the other hand, the Niners might be good.
They might be. All right, Chiefs laying 3.5 at the Jags, total 51.5.
Mahomes part 2, Jacksonville with something to prove. This will be a fun game, but are you going to bet against Kansas City right now?
Listen, I bet against Kansas City on several occasions last year.
How'd you make out?
And the Denver game was great, and that's because I got the best of the number. I know you were on the other side. You also got a winning ticket. But for the love of God, I'm expecting some defensive coordinators to really step up this year and figure out how to contain Patrick Mahomes.
Mahomes is A, pretty freaking good, and B,
very good.
On paper, the Chiefs' defense should be a heck of a lot better than it was last year. So Kansas City's not a team I'm in any rush to step in front of coming out of the gate.
All right,
and Reed gets them ready.
Absolutely.
We saw that last year, upset Week 1 on the road.
Okay, Titans, Browns. You just mentioned the Browns. Browns 5.5-point favorite Week 1. Listen, I'm not rushing to bet the Titans here, but I think we're going to see Browns money come in this game. Do you think this gets to 7 by Week 1?
Let's start with this. All right, we know there's going to be a ton of hype on the Browns and a ton of love for the Browns. That doesn't mean the Browns aren't going to be really freaking good. If you look at that roster, Cleveland's the best team in that division. All right? And
wow.
Clearly,
that's a bold statement.
Clearly the best team in the division. 1 through, the Browns are loaded. And I know there's going to be, they're the public team, bet against it. I wouldn't be in any rush to bet against Cleveland. All that being said, this number could get to 7, and Tennessee has a tendency to be a feisty dog. They're like a very unsexy team, the Titans.
They are, and those are the teams I like to bet on.
If they end up being any good, which they might be, or decent, there might be some value by kickoff.
Okay, Rams -3 at the Panthers, total 51.
I don't know. Didn't everyone figure out how to shut down Goff now?
Sure seems like it, man.
Panthers are another team. The markets aren't high on the Panthers. The NFC South, I still think, the NFC South didn't live up to expectations last year. Panthers might be good. Falcons might be good.
Yeah, catching 3 at home is interesting. All right, Lions at the Cardinals. Lions 1.5-point favorites. I'm not laying 1.5 with the Lions on the road. I don't care if they're playing a team named the Cardinals. Total 48.5.
Kyler Murray coming out party. Over.
Okay.
Seriously, what's that total?
48.5.
Stafford and Murray chucking it around might be a lot of fun.
Okay. Bengals at the Seahawks. I think this Bengals team is one of the most underrated teams if they can stay healthy. Well, Week 1, they should all be healthy. Catching 9 at the Seahawks, total 43.5. Catching 9 and a total 43.5.
You're higher on the Bengals than I am.
I mean, I'm not high on the Bengals, but I don't think...
You're more optimistic about their ability to stay through the preseason healthy than I am. And Pete Carroll has them ready out of camp. You know, Seattle's not a team I look to fade week 1. I doubt I'll get involved in that game.
Okay, Colts at the Chargers. You mentioned you already played the Colts plus 3.5. It's now down to 3, total 48.
Indy Super Bowl futures. That's all you need to know.
Okay. Let's see, Giants. I got a phone call. Giants versus Cowboys. This is always, I swear this line is always the same. It's either 3.5 or 7.5.
It's got to go up, doesn't it?
Yeah, 7.5. Yeah. Cowboys under, or total 46.5. This is, God, I don't know.
Who's betting the Giants? Who's going to bet the Giants?
I don't know. I want to, but not now. I mean, I'll probably wait, but this is an interesting one. I mean, I follow the Giants beat writer on Twitter, and the other day, all I kept seeing was like highlights of tweets of Eli throwing interceptions in practice, and I'm going, good God, they're going to be terrible. So, no, I'm not rushing to bet the Giants, but maybe week 1, like you talked about, trendy division underdogs.
And Dallas has been a poor home favorite over the year, and Garrett is not a coach who I trust to have him ready coming out of camp, and there's all these reasons to bet the Giants. And, you know, I feel like inevitably we're going to have tickets on the Giants going into kickoff. I haven't bet it yet, but
yeah, that's just how it feels.
And it's going to lose. What was it, 19-3 last year or something? Yeah,
I try to wipe all that out of my memory.
I'm going to try to talk myself out of a Giants bet. I'm sure there'll be value there by the end, and with luck, I won't make it.
Okay, Steelers versus Patriots. Patriots 6 point, right? Listen, I'm looking at the Steelers plus 6. I'm higher on the Steelers. You mentioned the Browns are the best out of the division. I think it's still the Steelers. Total 51.5. Something about maybe a Super Bowl hangover week 1 for the Patriots, laying 6. I mean, last year we saw them come out of the gate and put on a nice little clinic over the Texans.
You don't want to bet against the Patriots. You don't want to bet against Patriots week 1. Again, what coaches have them ready? Belichick has them ready every year. This line's cheap, and it's not going to go up because, again, New England's statistical profile isn't so pretty. And the Patriots, on paper, they lost a ton from last year. You know?
All right. Texans at the Saints. Saints 7-point favorites, total 53.5. I'm not high on Bill O'Brien or the Texans, no matter what they showed me last year. Saints 7.7s. It's like getting a little bit of intrigue for me.
Peyton doesn't have them ready. And you can go back and look week 1s for New Orleans.
Yeah,
I mean,
they lost last year outright to Tampa Bay as a double-digit favorite.
Yeah, that's a rhythm offense. And that's why coming out of a bye, you don't necessarily want New Orleans. I don't like them off of. That's why they lose when they get a bye in the first round of the playoffs. It takes a while to click. I don't like laying with the Saints week 1.
Okay, last but not least, Broncos at the Raiders. The Raiders are a favorite.
Total
43.5. Everybody knows I'm a Broncos fan. I'm very happy Vance Joseph's gone, but this line's a little disrespectful.
Well, I mean, what are you thinking about your Broncos season win total? I'll just put it that way. Can they get to 7 wins? Can they get to 8?
They should have last year. 3 separate games Vance Joseph cost them that season win total. That was my only season win total
which is actually part of the reason why we haven't seen a deluge of under money on Denver this year. Is like even an average coach is going to win them more games than Vance Joseph did last year.
Yeah, so to answer, as far as week 1 goes, I don't have a big opinion, but it's really intriguing to see them as an underdog.
Yeah, I mean, these are 2 teams I want to watch a lot, and I will watch a lot of football that they play in August. Right now, they both appear to be closer to bottom feeders.
Mediocre. All right, great.
No, not mediocre. Bottom feeders.
Oh, even worse. Okay, great. Great stuff from Teddy. Sports Memo text club. It's 100% free. Just text Sports Memo to 33222 to get a $10 coupon. And there's not moving. Never mind. $10 welcome bonus for signing up, plus free picks and other text club only offers. It's like you would think I'd have it memorized by now.
No, just do it again.